It starts with y equals x in this line. Now, if you do y equals 2x, it has the effect of taking that line and making it go up twice as fast. Then you've got y equals 2x plus 3, which moved it up 3 units. So the y-intercept changes to 0, 3. It was at 0, 0. Now think about that point moving. That point was transformed up. That's the movement. That's the language of transformations that you learned in Algebra 1. What we didn't do in Algebra 1 was give you a form of a line like this where there is something happening inside the parentheses with the x. But if we did that, that line goes here, which is kind of weird. Let me take this one off so we can just compare these two. I did a -4, and this line went forward 4 units. Think about that point again. The one that started at 0, 0 and then went up here to 0, 3. Where is that point now? It transformed by shifting forward 4 units, 4, 3. So when it was inside the parentheses, it went forward if I did subtraction. What do you think is going to happen if I change this to a plus? Yeah, it went backwards. That's not the same when you do it on the outside. When you add something on the outside, it went up. But when you add something on the inside, it goes in the opposite direction of the sign. So this says plus, so the dang thing backed up. So we're back here at -4, 3. That's the beginning of the story. You've already lived through that part. You've seen that part of the movie. Now, let's go up to level 2. What if we square that? Now you have a parabola, and its vertex is on 0, 0. Take that x squared and put a 2 in front of it. It's now going up twice as fast. Now we're adding 3 to it, and it shifted up 3 units, just like the line. This point went up here. This parabola looks like this one, except instead of this point being here at 0, 3, it is now here at -4, 3, just like the line. It backed up 4 units because we added a +4. What if I did a -4? It goes forward. Same rule, same transformation language, but now you're doing it with parabolas. But something else you're going to do in Algebra 2 is other kinds of functions. So let's change this to the square root of x and see what that looks like. You graph that. There's what that one looks like. Starts at 0, 0. Square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 2 is something weird. Square root of 4 is 2. That's how you graph those, and that's what that function is going to look like. Now, what happens if I put a 2 in front of that square root? And go ahead and make a prediction, because it's going to be exactly what you think. It's going up twice as fast. What if I did the same thing here? Change that from x squared to square root of x. Is the transformation going to just take this and push it up 3 units? Yes, it is. Sorry, the plot is sort of predictable at this point. What's going to happen here if I put that x minus 4 into a square root? That's 0, 3, and this is 4, 3. We went forward because I put a minus in there. If I change this to a plus, it's going to go backwards. Another one you're going to see is absolute value. So the absolute value of x looks like that. Now if we put a 2 in there, it goes up twice as fast. If it was 3, it would go up 3 times as fast. If we change this to absolute value again with +3 predicted in your mind, and you're right, you made that happen. Now we do the same thing. We take this square root out of there and put the x plus 4 in absolute value markings, and it does, oh, that was -2. I wanted that to stay +3. And it's this one, but just backs up 4 because that says +4. So you see it in parabolas, you saw it in radicals, and now you saw it in absolute value. I'm going to show you 3 problems. I want you to guess how they're going to move, and then I'll graph them for you. So this is kind of where the rubber hits the road. Starting at 0, 0, how is that point going to move? Well, the -5 tells me it's going to drop 5. And the -2 on the inside means it's going to go the opposite direction of -2 then. So it's going to go forward 2. So instead of being at 0, 0, That vertex is going to go over 2, down to the 5, right there. And this is a parabola, and it's moving up 3 times faster than normal. So instead of going over 1, up 1, because it's be 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, it's going to go 3 times faster. So it's going to go over 1, up 3. 1, 2, 3. And if it goes over 2, instead of going up 4, it would go up 12, which I'm not going to graph because I don't want to. So now reflect that across. You're going to go back up one, and go up there. And you just draw the parabola. All right, that's a square root function. Remember, this one started at 0 and just kind of went like that. You have a plus 3 on the inside. There is nothing being added to the outside. So it's not going to go up or down at all because of nothing being here. You can even put a plus 0 there if you want to. But side to side, this is plus 3. Don't go forward, go backwards. 1, 2, 3. So your starting point is here. You go over 1, the square root of 1 is 1. So the first point would be there. Then go to another perfect square, which would be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So this would be right there. And that gives you an idea of the shape. Now you will learn these and spend a lot more time with them in Algebra 2. But right now, I just want you understanding that the movements of these functions are all the same rules. It's all the same language. You just have to interpret it. You've got a minus 3 on the inside. You've got a minus 3 on the outside. And a times 3 here. Let's start with where that point's going to move. We know absolute value functions look like these, like that. We just need to figure out where this little point's supposed to start. Well, normally it would start at 0, 0, but the minus 3 on the inside pushes it forward 3, and the minus 3 on the outside drops it 3. 1, 2, 3. So it starts there. Now it's going to go 3 times as fast. Normally absolute value things are going to go over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, like slope of 1. But this one has like a slope of 3. Remember, these are straight lines. So it's over 1, up 3. Over 1, up 3. And you can do that again. Over 1, up 3. And then you draw your V. Oh, I almost forgot to show you this. What's going to happen if you put a minus in front of something? Yeah, it just flips everything upside down again. Minus, down, no minus, up. And that rule is the same for whatever the function is. Here's the next one.